Screaming Females is an American rock band that have been going at it for over a decade now. They had a great album in 2007 called What If Someone Is Watching Their TV. Such a frantic rock album with a vocalist who has such an energy. She is just a powerhouse of a singer. And this album is honestly probably like one of the better albums of 2007. If I were to like rank them, this would be pretty high up for me personally. I think it's a great album, but since then not really been too interested in Screaming Females. Don't think they've quite topped that album. They dropped an album about 3 years ago. It was alright, didn't really leave much of a mark on me or really many other people, to be honest. I don't really see many people talk about this band anymore. But this new album doesn't seem like it should be ignored. It feels like it is here to stay and make a bit of a bolder statement than what they've done in a long time. I'm loving how more melodic this album is. Like, there are so many great guitar grooves on this album, so many melodies that are just earwormy, and the vocals do occasionally really stick in your brain because of how hooky they are. At points it feels like they are going a little bit more straightforward with like the instrumentation, but I think it works in their favour. It gives you this sort of like 90s nostalgic alternative rock vibe to it, a bit of like that Pixies era where like, you know, where the guitars were just so melodic. I guess a bit of 80s too, that sort of college rock feel. And I do like on this album as well, like there's this sense of like revenge in all the lyrics. Like so many times it just feels like this singer just wants to get back at someone and just make them feel something for doing something wrong to them. It's quite an interesting lyrical arc, but it's never like a bitter sort of thing. I'm just always feeling like I'm siding with her because of how she sings the lyrics. It does really give the album a unique edge in the rock realms, I guess I want to say, because so many rock albums do kind of go over the same lyrical themes. A lot of it's about relationships, about being heartbroken, but I do feel like the vocalist of this band has a definite edge over most rock bands today because she's just so much more interesting to listen to. She's so much more exciting as a vocalist. She's so much more expressive and can really like belt out those notes when she really wants to as well. I do love how the album starts off with like a really heavy riff of a track with that bam 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 bam. Like it's so much more bassier, it's so much more grittier, and I love how like the vocals come in and then it's like yeah. Don't know what I'm doing, man. Oh, but yeah, this track is probably like more reminiscent of their earlier days, but it's such a pounding opener for a rock album. Definitely something that would hook you in if you were listening to this band for the first time, I think. And I'll Make You Sorry is such a friggin' anthem. Holy shit. I'll make you sorry. Seriously reminds me of like some great Sleater Kinney stuff back in the 2000s. Also Elastica, which are a great British rock band if you've not heard of those. They're like a female rock band from the 90s. Such a great band. Like a Britpop sound to them, but also very energetic and raw. Like this album certainly brings me back to those bands because of how raw it is, but also very melodic. Like those bands did it really well, and Screaming Females are doing it very superbly here too. But yeah, I don't think any of the tracks quite reach up to the catchiness of I'll Make You Sorry. Seriously, it's just such a great chorus on here, and then the sort of anthemic vocals right at the end of the track as well. It's just an all-round great pop rock song that I think anyone that likes rock music would definitely love this song. And honestly, this album doesn't quite match up to that track in terms of the catchiness, but still there are plenty of hooks across this album that really do work well. I think it's enjoyable just to play through as a rock album. Honestly, you might not think that rock music has much to offer these days, but I think Screaming Females certainly are adding more to the flavour in terms of what other rock bands are doing. I mean, you know, you could listen to Muse, or you could listen to this. Take your pick, because fucking Muse these days aren't much of a rock band. So screaming females are filling up a hole that I think needs to be filled up somewhere, and this band is doing it. And although it does play it quite safe with the melodies on this album, it might not have that exciting raw energy that you might be looking for in a rock album. I wouldn't say that this is anything like Death from Above 1979, but I think I prefer this to that last Death from Above 1979 album, honestly, because I just find the melody so ear grabbing, and it's such a fun album to play through. Not quite as good as that album from 2007 though by these guys, but if I want to listen to that album, I'll go back to it anyway. But this is still a very solid album that I'm gonna go with a B minus. A B minus, I think, is a fair grade for this album. Definitely worth your time. All at Once by Screaming Females is a solid album that you should go listen to, and subscribe to this channel as well, because I make a lot of videos, and if you like this video, then you may like other videos too. And yes, that is all I've got to say. So, let me know your thoughts on this album. Let me know your thoughts on this review, what I should review next. Subscribe to the channel, like I said, for more interviews, podcasts, lists, reviews, track reviews, everything really music related, discussions, and have a good day.